Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Ludovic Pommeret after his win at the 2024 Hardrock 100. How are you, Ludo?
I'm good. I feel good. It's okay. You're always feeling good when the race has been it's a success, that you are proud of the race and you always recover better.
Yeah. Well, you had an outstanding race. From the beginning, you were in the lead, but for a while you were with Francois and Diego. How was the start of the race for you?
Yeah, it was. I was surprised to take the lead just in the first climb. It's not my. Usually, I'm not doing that, but that's a different race. That was a dream to come in this race. So, the day started with the dream, just leading the race at the first climb. So it was good to share a bit, trails with Francois, Diego, and Jason.
Yeah,
and it was nice.
And when did you go off on your own?
In downhill mainly, but then Francois come back in the uphill, and then really on the uphill to Kruger's Canteen. Then Francois could not reach me during the uphill, and then I have never seen him again. So,
so you're running alone from Kroger's.
From Telluride, in fact.
When did you pick up a pacer?
In Europe.
Okay, so only one stretch that you were entirely alone.
I told to my crew, next time I see you, we will play together on the trails.
So you race almost halfway through the race. How are you feeling when you come into the Uray checkpoint?
I was not sure that I did the right pacing in downhill, because I was pretty fast for me. It's not a gym pace, but for me it was quite fast downhill. So I say maybe I will pay that in the next uphill. Finally it was good. Everything good.
A lot of people talked about in the front of the race heat, even very early in the race. Was that a problem for you going up to Grand Swan Pass or Oscar's Pass or?
No, it was not a problem. It was more that we have to adapt our nutrition plan. Our nutrition plan was more based on powder, in the water, and using that I was too thirsty, so I have to change a bit and take water to not have this sugar always in the mouth, and that's a change that we have to perform. No, it was hot, but. That's nothing compared to Western. Huh?
No, you've done that.
I think it was only 30 degrees in Euro.
But at the high elevation and with the sun, it can feel hotter than the 30.
No. But then, especially from Euro to Engineer Pass, all the small river that you cross, just like on Western. So you try to stay wet all the time, except when you reach the
very high.
Close to the top, that you don't.
And the air here is very dry. It's not like Diagonal Fu. The air is dry, so if you get wet, the evaporation is quite nice and cooling.
That's but temperature was perfect, and weather was perfect. I just have a small rain downhill to Governor to Uray, but it was just a small one, and he removed the dust from the road. So that was perfect.
So when you adjust your nutrition, you were having some water as well as, I assume, some sports drink. When you added the water, I guess, did you add other form of nutrition, more gels, more food?
Of course, you have to replace what I was not eating or drinking. So I replaced with gels and puree. I don't know. Puree.
Like apple or
apple and butternut, and that's a NAC product. So of course I have to replace. My goal for nutrition was to stay around 30 kilocalorie per hour.
300,
300, yes.
Of course.
And I think we follow the plan, and maybe even more sometime.
That's incredible. And your stomach throughout the race?
Stomach was okay. I have to stop at the beginning of the race, but not because of stomach issue. That's, let's say, usual.
It's a good morning, yes.
And everything was good. And I had a glycemic sensor.
Oh yeah, you had a
Yeah.
glycemic sensor. You're checking
Just
your blood
that-
sugar.
Yeah, that I analyzed after the race if everything was good,
Yeah.
and I stay in the correct range, so the nutrition is good.
That's
and-
incredible because that's a huge challenge. Like from the front to the back of the pack at Hardrock, being at high elevation
Yeah.
for so long.
Yeah, that was something that I didn't know if my body will support the nutrition because we have a plan, but it's different and you react maybe different with elevation.
Yeah.
So that's something that you can not really plan. And during the training, I have not the same nutrition. I take, of course, less than in race. So yeah, that was an unknown part.
So you get over, you make the climb out of Uray to Engineer Pass. You are all alone. Do you know how much of a gap you have on the next?
No, because from Telluride, I asked my crew and my pacers to not give me any race info on other runners. I wanted to stay focused on my race, on my feeling, and I asked them to shut up. And they didn't give me any info until Cunningham.
And your climb over Handy's Peak, how was that?
Yeah, it's okay. This side, I think I prefer than the other one because it's split. You have a first uphill, then a bit rest.
Yeah.
It's downhill, and second step, second climb. So no, it was okay, and I was better feeling than on the soft rock. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I was gonna ask how the view was from the top of Handy's, but you tell me at the finish or on the course you weren't taking in the views because you did 2 soft rocks. Did you see the sunset at Handy's Peak?
No, because I was much more in advance for sunset. So that was the expectation to have sunset at Handy's. But finally I had to switch on the light after Sherman. So it was no sunset. But it was nice to do the downhill from Handy's Peak during the day.
It's much easier,
It's easier.
So I know you said you weren't getting any race information from your crew, but you're arriving at checkpoint or at the top of Handy's Peak much earlier than you were planning. So you're starting to think, I'm running a very fast time.
Yeah, but I stopped to watch my read my watch also. So I know that I saw the sun. It was not too low, so I say for sure I'm in advance on my planning.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how many. And
was that scary, exciting? How did you?
No, exciting, but I was just focused on my pace and try to find. It's always difficult to find the right pace. You don't know if you are going too fast or if you can do better. And so I was just listening my body and try. Yeah.
So how are you motivating yourself at this time? Again, it's only you and your pacer. You haven't seen another runner in 50 or 60 miles.
Yeah, but
what is the motivation?
Just it's really difficult to get a bib here. So motivation is first to finish the loop, kiss the rock. I learned that you have to kiss the rock before you stop the timing. So yeah, that was the main motivation, and just to listen your body and not the other one. That was enough for me, and that's I called my coach just before the race. 6 minutes before the race, I was still with my coach, and he told me, just try to do your race and don't take care about others, and it's what I have done. And even if I knew that there was nobody behind, because when you are in the dark near cataract, you do a bit around and you see that on all the valley there's no lights. So I knew that there was some margin.
So now you're far into the race. You're 120 kilometers. Things are still going completely fine?
Yeah, that was surprising because I say the beginning of the race was a dream, and I was always thinking when will be the nightmare, when will start the nightmare. But no, never.
No problems.
No problems. When I wanted to run, I ran, and it was perfect day. I don't know. It has never happened to me before that.
This was your most perfect
time.
race.
Yeah. Everything, all planets aligned. And
I was gonna because you can't compare it to you won UTMB, but that was not a perfect race.
No, for sure that was
a
totally
disaster.
different. Yeah.
That was a nightmare first, and then the dream.
Yes, exactly.
So you said earlier. and you had no information about the other racers, about your time, until Cunningham.
Yeah.
And what do you learn at Cunningham?
So just my wife say, may I told you something?
Yeah.
Say, okay, now Cunningham, I can. So she told me you are around 20 minutes ahead the course record. So now you have to push to get this record. So we just stop at the station. I drink some soup. There are some next soup that are pretty good during the night, especially when it's cold. And then, okay, I decided, okay, we'll try. I knew that Kilian's pushed really hard at the end.
I was going to ask you that because it's really important.
I say it will be really tough because I remember, because I have done that on the soft track, and I have done also training from Maggie's to Silverton, in addition of the soft track. So I knew that the uphill from Kilian was 46 minutes, I think. I say I can never reach this timing, so I will for sure lose some minutes in the uphill. Finally, I did 52, I think. So that was good.
So 14 minutes now.
So yeah, and then downhill, it was much more difficult than when during the race because it was dark. So you had the light. You know, it's a road, but it's rocky road, and you have to find the right path.
Every step you must be watching.
Yeah, so it's quite difficult, and it was also a risk to not be injured in the trying to go fast in the last descent. So
even the 3 or 5 kilometers on the flat trail in town.
Yeah, horrible. It's not flat at all.
Not easy.
There's three uphill that are really short, but there's one that seems to be as long as a giant pass.
It might be 1 minute, but it feels like 50.
Yes.
And you're coming into the finish, and you're just the whole way through town. You're just pushing.
Yeah, pushing. I arrived at the old rocks, you know, at the bottom of the lift, and I knew that it's around 1 kilometer, a bit more, and I had 8 minutes more. So I say I will do it, but I will continue to push, and yeah, it was let's say a Zach finish. You know, inspiration from Zach, always finishing as fast as possible,
and then you did, and then you vomit.
Yeah. The finish was not smooth, so yeah.
No, it's not smooth. You pushed it the whole way. And that was the first time you were sick the entire race. Yes.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Only at the finish when you stop, and then your body. Yeah.
And so, what are your thoughts on that accomplishment? Is it your best race ever, or?
Yeah, I think the best. Because everything ran fine. So yeah, for sure it's the best race. Yeah.
Do you think you'd come back here?
You know, you take a long time to get a bib here, so I don't know if you can refuse a bib, but we'll see. We have to discuss with family.
It's not no.
It's not no.
I'm sensing maybe, probably.
So is it true that to be a real hard rocker, you have to do both sides?
Yes, and you want to be a hard rocker.
We'll see.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been discussed a lot. You're 48. You're going to turn 49 this week?
In 8 days, yeah.
In 8 days, okay, 8 days. I want to say it's an inspiration, but it also tells me I have no excuses. I'm 46. I want to run hard.
Still young, so
I still want to run hard rock again. I'm thinking, as many people do in their mid 40s, I'm never going to be able to run as fast as I did before. I got to lower my expectations, and
that's probably true on short distance.
Yep.
But that's different on long distance, I think. Yeah.
You hold all of us in our 40s accountable.
It's good that experience is also something that serve you for the race. So
I talked to Jason Schlarb a little bit after the race about how he's 46, you're 48. The level in the last 10 years has in all of ultra running has gone up, not just a little, a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of younger people being competitive, people in their 20s, their 30s.
And especially the density on the race are really increasing. But we have seen on Western also, and that 3 are under 14.5, 14:30. So,
but especially at they're all hard, but the harder, more mountainous races with a lot of other factors, you can still win. You can still set course records.
It seems.
Yeah. You've been doing this for a very long time. Is it 20 years since your first UTMB?
Yeah. This year, 20 years. Yeah.
What has changed with your body? Have you found some things have improved, and is recovery is easy? What's changed for you?
I think the body change for sure. When I start running, I think my body was not ready. You know, you have, the body has to learn also, and keep only the right fiber, you say, in the legs. So I think especially for ultra, your body is adapting, and the experience on the past race, the Western States experience, it was great also for me, because I learned that you could run quite fast and still could hike, and you can run for a long time, and that was not what I prefer. I prefer to hike. In fact, I'm not a real runner. I never learned how to run. So So
like, what is your marathon PR? Your best?
Just before Western, I did 2:31.
Which is good, but it's also so that's just so cool. You learn, your body improves, like the muscle fibers, so you can maybe train more or train longer and not have injury. Do you think your energy systems have adapted, like your ability to continue to eat and to continue to process fuel?
This I'm not sure, but I try to continue experience on my body, how I should train, because I think that we don't have the perfect training for the long distance. So I'm still experiencing on myself. So the high volume, usually I do it a bit earlier. Now I finish my volume only 2 weeks before the start. That's a change. I did a quite strong training. Just it was short, and it was climbing to the island lake, and we finished quite fast with my pacers.
When?
Full speed, 3 days before, and we were really exhausted at the top.
What was the inspiration for that? Because that would not have been the norm. Like 10 years ago,
I was
3 weeks ago, you give 3 weeks taper or something. Yes.
I was playing with my pacer, and that's it. That's it. We start. It's
not a strategy. That was the coach is like no.
The coach was okay. I did 2 hours. It was 1 hour and 15, but no, there was nothing planned for this training. So just you have to continue and see what is working for you, and there's no universal training.
And you learn what's better for you over time. Each year, maybe,
but what worked one day could not work the day after. So,
and mentally, I'm sure you've grown a ton over 20 years.
Yes, for sure. But not. I think I have not learned so much on this race because it was so smooth. That's not something. As I said to Courtney, I have no pain cave on this race, so I didn't learn, but I learned a lot on other races. So
it's the problems and the challenges when you learn. It's not when everything goes well.
Of course, we say often that you learn more when you lose than when you win, but. I prefer win, but
and when you did, congratulations on your win, Ludo, and
thanks.
And good luck at UTMB. Maybe go for another win.
No, I'm not expecting that, but
give your best.
Thanks.
Congratulations.